Now I'm going to be doing a review of a movie that I personally call Anemone. Although, is it called Anemone? I don't know how to say that word. Anemone, I'm going to say. This is the brand new Daniel Day-Lewis movie starring Daniel Day-Lewis, Sean Bean, or Sheen Bourne. I don't know how you pronounce that. I'm joking, it's Sean Bean. And this is the Ronan Day-Lewis directed movie. So it's directed by Daniel Day-Lewis's son and written by Daniel Day-Lewis and Ronan Day-Lewis together. So father-son project. What did I think of this movie? I'm going to tell you just after I read the synopsis. In northern England, a man heads out on a journey into the woods to reconnect with the estranged hermit brother with whom he shared a complicated past that was altered by life-changing events decades ago. I'm really bad at accents. But yeah, this movie is so. It's really hard for me to properly put my finger on what I think about this film. In one sense, it is an acting masterclass from Daniel Day-Lewis. He is great in this film. He is wonderful. He is the master of acting. And he's just sort of written himself these monologues for Sean Bean to just listen to. So Sean Bean sits there in the woods and Daniel Day-Lewis sort of acts at him and does all these monologues to him. And they're so well done. Like, they're incredibly well acted. But you can't help but think, is this a bit egotistical? Like, is this a bit Daniel Day-Lewis writing himself these incredible monologues, hiring Sean Bean to just sit there and listen to him? Like, it's crazy. So on one hand, I'm like, this is a great performance vehicle, but these monologues are written by the actual actor there. He's just doing a showcase of his acting abilities. And also the movie's a little bit, I don't know, not slow. Maybe it is quite slow. It's hard to say it's slow because there's rock and roll music, there's these giant hailstorms and stuff and that kind of thing. But it feels slow. I don't know, something slow about it. I think, personally, I think the director's a little bit too young. This is not a youthful film at all. And I think there's a slight tension between what Daniel Day-Lewis has... I mean, I don't know who wrote what. I really don't know. Maybe this whole thing was Ronan Day-Lewis's idea. But from what I've heard, Ronan Day-Lewis is like, I want to do something about brotherly love. And Daniel Day-Lewis came in and said, me too. And now it's become a movie about brotherly love, but brothers who are Daniel Day-Lewis's age. So something Daniel Day-Lewis can relate to, I guess. And Ronan Day-Lewis is a young guy, young up-and-coming director, and he's bubbling. You can tell he's bubbling with energy and ideas because there are things that are sort of in this movie that feel youthful. This striking imagery, this focus on wind, this giant hailstorm that comes out of nowhere. That's like almost like an end of the world kind of scene. And Daniel Day-Lewis is doing a brother versus brother catch-up movie about what it means to be living a life with a huge sense of guilt about things you've done as your younger self. And maybe even a sense of guilt about what he's doing even now. And yeah, I feel like it requires a director who understands maybe that a bit more and is not battling against that to give it the youthful energy, because it's got this rock and roll music. It's got these long zoom out sections whilst these brothers are dancing. And you're like, okay, this is good. This is fun. This is like, I don't know, energetic sort of rock and rollness. And then we have these like 20-minute long monologue scenes from Daniel Day-Lewis, which I think is the place where Daniel Day-Lewis wants to be in this movie. That's where he wants this movie to sit. And Ronan Day-Lewis wants this movie to sit in a more abstract kind of imagery. Let's focus on giant fish and stuff and this shining thing in the water. Let's really focus on these, like, just bubbling with ideas almost, you know what I mean? overflowing of ideas. He's trying to throw all these different ideas because he's young and he's got energy, and he's this director who wants to sort of explode his ideas on the screen. And Daniel Day-Lewis wants to sit calmly and just talk. He just wants to be the character and just talk. And so you've got these things sort of battling against each other, and I'm not sure that it fully reconciles. I think this movie may have been better if it was done by an older director, a more experienced director, a director who can relate a bit more to the story that they're telling. And maybe Ronan Day-Lewis could have been better served to write a brotherly story about younger brothers, maybe. Be something that he understands, be able to sort of inject a youthful energy into it, because at the moment it feels a bit here and there. The imagery didn't always, to me, make full sense, if I'm honest with you. So yeah, it's a real mixed bag I've got for you here. I really do think Daniel Day-Lewis is still at the top of his game. He plays a character with so many contradictions that never seem it never seems out of place. It's like this is a fully realized person. So he is someone who has banished himself to atone for the sins of his past. And yet he has this anger against the world as well, even though he kind of has this anger against himself for what he did in the past. And he's got this anger against this world. And he's got this anger against his brother. He seems to be angry at a lot of things, but he's able to sort of live a quiet, gentle life in the woods. That's what he wants to do. So it's a bit of a juxtaposition, his character, if I'm honest with you, but he plays it so well that I completely believe this character, and I'm like, this is a real character, and it is fully realized to the nth degree, whatever nth is. It could not be better performed or acted. I don't think it's physically possible. But that's just what I thought. Tell me what you thought in the comments below. Do you understand what I mean about that sort of clash between a youthful director and like an older writer actor? It didn't quite meld, if meld is the right word, melt or weld together. But yeah, let me know what you thought in the comments below. And let me know if you know what that movie is, just over the old shoulder here. I always have a movie on in all of my videos now. And they're great movies. They're always movies that I really like. So if you can know what this movie is, type it into the comments below. This movie is a wonderful, great, feminist movie. And I think everyone should see it. So let me know what you think it is. Let me know what you thought about this movie, Anemone. And smash that like button. Smash all the buttons on your keyboard. I would love it if you did that. I'd love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. And I would love you. And everybody. I would love everybody.